Dobby.
Dobby? He's not human. You like that. You like non-humans.
I like sexy aliens. I don't like elf slaves.
Elf slaves.
Hello and welcome to Incomplete Geeks, a gay geek podcast. I'm Nick and this is John, the fag Hagrid to my neurotic Longbottom.
That's great.
On this episode, Harry fucking Potter.
I'm surprised you didn't just call it a fagrid.
I was gonna, but I thought fag Hagrid, just in case.
Fag Hagrid. Okay,
I didn't want to call you a fag.
It does work.
The fag Hagrid to my
it's
neurotic
it's
Longbottom.
fun. It's a fun.
I tried to find a way to do, like, whether you're a Longbottom or you Slytherin, it's all love good. Bear in mind, I don't know who these people are.
You just looked up a
I just looked up Harry Potter chat-up lines, and they are good. I should have brought that with me. I might look in that later.
Chat-up lines, because what everybody wants to hear in a bar is how...
It would have worked.
How much you relate to a children's franchise.
A lot of people do.
They do. And that's a really good segue into a first topic, I think, because of our generations, isn't it? Like, you and I are of the generation where we were just slightly too old when it came out, I'm assuming.
When did it come out?
1997.
Really?
Was the first book. And the first film came out 2001.
Oh.
And I only know that because I literally just looked it up like 15 minutes ago.
2001, I was 19.
All right.
So, maths backwards. 97.
It's 4 years prior.
Don't make me do that.
I didn't
15?
think for a second.
Something like that?
Oh, 15, I see. Yeah, anyway. And when the first film came out, the first two films were clearly like child films.
I was at uni. I was like, let's go watch a kid's film.
Yeah.
However, I watch comic books.
Yes.
I watch the comic books.
Like we all do.
And I listen to the cartoons. And I read the signs.
So how many books, Harry Potter books, have you read, and how many
0.
Harry Potter films have you seen?
I've read nil books.
Easy peasy, yeah.
Nil
bois.
Nil livres. I feel I've seen quite a few of the films. I've definitely seen the last one.
The very last one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think I saw part 1, but I saw the last one.
So that makes sense, totally, yeah.
I think I saw Prison of Azkaban.
Mm-hmm. Arguably the best one.
Oh, God. Fucking hell. And I think Order of the Phoenix, because I like phoenixes from the comic books. And so it's like, oh, cool, it's like X-Men.
It must be like Jean Grey, because it's got Phoenix in the title.
So in case you can't tell, dear listener, I am not a Harry Potter fan.
Okay.
Would you class yourself as a Harry Potter fan?
Harry Potter...
How many books have you read?
I've read them all.
And all of the films.
And I've seen all the films. Probably a couple of them more than once, just because you watch them with friends and stuff like that.
Christmas time films as well, aren't they? They're always on at Christmas.
Oh, I don't give a shit about Christmas and stuff. But I mean, like...
Touche?
Maybe, but I don't remember specific times.
Sure.
Just if they're on and, let's watch this one. Okay, fine, whatever. Mm-hmm. But I'm the kind of person who will just watch it once for the story, and unless it's like a TV show that I love, that I have to watch again, or a film that I love, I have to watch it again, just so I can watch it with a different sort of set of glasses, metaphorically, then I will. I didn't do that with Harry Potter. Like, I watched it once, got the story, got all the geeky stuff out of it, fine. I've read all the books, and in terms of being children's books, they're quite good for learning other languages, because you can read them, and they've been translated so ubiquitously, and it's like, I'm starting to read Harry Potter und der Stein der Weisen, which is the German version, and it's interesting, but as far as that, like, that's about it.
Did you read the books first, or did you see the films first?
Ooh, good question. I don't remember. So, when the first book came out, I was in, like, junior high, and I'm sure that I was aware, that's like middle school. That's like...
We don't have middle school.
I don't know what I can't get my head around your school system over here in this country.
How old were you?
Let's see. It was 97, so I would have been 13.
Okay.
And then...
Secondary school.
Sure. Whatever that means.
the second one.
But then 2000, because I graduated high school in 2002. So when the first film came out, I was already a junior in high school. Like, I was, like, not watching kids' films. And then I do remember there was my acting teacher in college we were trying to convince him to just watch them, because by then I think maybe the third film had come out, maybe. And we're like, you should watch it because it is quite a good story. And I just, I started to buy into the fandom a little bit, and I had a really good friend from back home who was in love with it as well, but she was only like a year behind me and convinced me to read the books. So I did sort of catch up, and the books were very easy to read, and I just sort of digested them. And I do remember, like, I was at a bookstore, and like the sixth book had like just come out, and I think the sixth one is the one where, spoiler alert, Dumbledore dies. Okay. And like someone had like spoiled it to me, and I was really cross with them. It's like some stranger talking about it, because Dumbledore dies, and I was like, excuse me, can you not? I didn't actually do that, but I felt like it. In my memory, in my alternate reality, I did that. Anyway, so I caught up with it, and of course, being a film nerd, I do kind of follow the films and follow the geekery of it, I suppose. So, am I a fan? Yeah. Am I a super fan? No.
Do you know Harry Potter superfans?
Yeah. Like that one friend I mentioned, like, she's big into it. She's got, like, every time they come out with a different cover art, she's got to buy the whole series again.
Oh, God.
She's got, like, Hermione's wand, and at her wedding, which I went back to America to attend, she was getting married to a man who is super duper into Star Wars. So as part of their sort of dance, their grand march, she pulls out a wand and he pulls out a lightsaber, and they pretend to do this little sort of fight dance. It was quite cute, actually, but also they're made for each other.
That's, I mean, the two franchises that I hate the most, but I'm glad that they found each other.
Dear listener, can you hear the rolling of his eyes?
Oh, God. But that begs the question, then, Star Wars is one, we've talked about it. Is Harry Potter a really straight geek fandom?
Yes.
Because I don't think it's particularly gay. It seems to be more suited to girls. And young boys who might be bullied into reading.
I wouldn't say that it's geared towards girls in the way that, say, Twilight was, because it's not...
True. That's a good... Yeah. Only because I don't know any straight men. So, I don't know. I especially wasn't any friends with any of them.
Yeah. You're right, though, that it is very much a very heteronormative world that Ms. Rowling has created, but also it appeals to a lot of LGBT people in a lot of ways because of, like we've talked about before, how LGBT people tend to escape to a fantasy world, and this was a perfect place for them because, being ostracized as an outsider, wizards and witches kind of have that similarity, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but it doesn't seem... Again, I don't know it. I know there's an owl, brings you a letter, you go to school, some people have wizard parents, but she doesn't. There's a guy with no nose, and an old guy who dies. That's all I remember from it.
Old guy who dies, meaning Dumbledore? Yeah.
Because he dies, like, in it, doesn't he? And the actor died in real life as well, so...
Well, except for the very last book, every book relates to one film, and after the second, Dumbledore is like the headmaster. He's not like the headmaster. He is the headmaster of Hogwarts.
Sure.
And after the second film, the actor who portrayed him, Richard Harris, passed away and was taken over by Michael Gambon. And Michael Gambon played the character through the rest of it, and then the character dies in book/film 6.
Okay.
Is Michael Gambon still alive? I don't actually know this.
Don't know.
He survived the series though.
My point was, I don't really know. I don't remember much of it.
Okay.
So there's wizards and schools and overly English words and annoying shit like that.
Yeah. If you mean the spells are actually...
Yeah, all of that.
Yeah.
Leviosa. Oh, fuck off, Hermione. So fucking annoying. What's the main theme? Because, like... Oof. You know how, like, I don't know, Star Trek can be about exploration and, individuals without racism and that sort of stuff, and utopian society. Those are the kind of themes that you can get from Star Trek, because it's a future of Earth with no money, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Don't look confused. That's what Star Trek's about.
No, I'm not looking confused. I'm trying to figure out what the answer to the question is.
Star Wars is the space opera of, triumphing over the evil within the balance between light and dark, blah 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 themes. What's Harry Potter about? What's its theme? Is it friendship or finding your destiny or true love?
Oh. So,
does it have one? Or is it just pretentious bullshit?
I think that there is an element of good versus evil, light versus dark.
Sure.
And
does he struggle with the dark inside of him at all?
Almost literally does, because it turns out that the scar on his forehead is like a remnant of a fraction of Voldemort's soul stuck within him.
Oh. Is that a Horcrux?
It's not a Horcrux explicitly, but it is through okay, this is how nerdy and geeky I am. Through Horcruxing himself multiple times, a splinter of him kind of shattered off when Harry Potter was a baby, Voldemort tried to kill him because there was a prophecy and
right. Prophesized chosen one vibes are there.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a twist to that though, so I'll put a pin in that, but I'll come back to it. So basically, he thought that Harry Potter was gonna rise to defeat him, so he goes to find him as a baby and tries to kill him.
Sure.
And through sacrifice of his mother, the boy survives, and Voldemort is like banished, but he's able to survive because of his Horcruxes. But in that sort of attempt, a splinter of his soul gets attached to his lightning bolt scar. Okay. And so there's like hints of it throughout the series where he's like he feels like it's like he was almost in Slytherin, but he chose to be in Gryffindor, and he can speak with snakes, which is something that only Slytherins can do, and he feels like he's struggling. So he is definitely struggling with the evil. Okay. And then of course in Order of the Phoenix, when he's basically coming of age and he's got so many hormones, he's like trying to rebel against the.
He just wants to fuck.
He just wants to. There's surprisingly very little sex in the books, which is a thing. But like,
no wonder I didn't like it.
It wasn't
enough.
gay. It wasn't racy enough.
Not gay at all.
There's
but
no
anyway.
penises. Damn it! I'm trying to think now if there actually was a penis, but no. So yeah, he was just raging against the system basically, because that's the one with Dolores Umbridge and the Ministry of Magic going after him for whatever. Okay. So, in terms of theme...
So is it just about being in school?
I think the school is just the backdrop. It's like the British school.
Why did you like it?
I just liked it because of the fantasy element. Like, it was a fun world that she's created. It was like a fun story with mystery and, spectacle, I suppose. And I love getting wrapped up in all that geekery, all the sort of... the same reason I watch the Marvel films, because it's a story about people with special powers. Same reason I liked the X-Men, because there were special powers. Whatever underlying thing makes me like those things, it's in Harry Potter as
like
well.
Powers, yeah, great. But the X-Men are outcasts and a found family, so that's their theme. I'm still trying to figure out why people would resonate with any of these characters. Who was your favourite character? Do you give a shit?
My favourite character in Harry Potter? Ugh, I don't know. Maybe... I don't know. I feel like I kind of resonated with Sirius Black. He was the...
Alan Rickman?
No, that's Snape. Gary Oldman. The Gary Oldman character who was imprisonated for wrongly... I forget what the crime was now, actually. He was in prison, as you've seen the third film, so that's when he breaks out and sort of escapes. That's the one with the werewolf and a big black dog.
I thought that was Twilight.
There's
they
a
came
werewolf.
out at the same time.
Yeah.
So I had to watch both of those fucking bullshit.
So there's also a theme about death as well, because Voldemort's name, literally in French, is Eater of Death, Voldemort.
Yeah.
And so his people who his followers are called Death Eaters, and the reason he split his soul into 7 pieces because he was so afraid of dying and wanted to go after Harry. To get rid of this evil within him, Harry eventually sort of says, fine, and lets himself sort of be killed by Voldemort. I'm not sure, but he sort of like sacrificed himself in a way. I forget the details exactly, but he kind of goes to some sort of purgatory afterlife and sees Dumbledore and realizes that his journey's not yet over, or something, and comes back and defeats Voldemort.
Okay, so I'm still trying to find any kind of like theme that queer people would resonate with. It doesn't seem that it's one, because like it's just a geek fandom, that's fine, but it definitely does not seem at all particularly gay.
It is a bone of contention with a lot of fans because the world that she's created, if we were looking at just those 7 books, it's not very gay at all.
But I'm not going to defend her, but the vast majority of all media, geek or not, there's no gay.
Right.
There's, up until recently, there's been no gay in Star Trek. There's one random background character in Eternals, for fuck's sake. Up until then, there's nothing in Marvel. It's less, for me, about gay characters, although yay, but it just doesn't seem like a very queer, camp, outsidery kind of vibe to make it really impassioned amongst gay geeks.
Sure.
I don't know. I can't think of any gay geek people who Harry Potter is their number one.
That's fair.
And I'm trying to think, is that the reason? It's just because it's written very straight. Same as we did with Star Wars. It's like, there's probably gay Star Wars fans, but it seems very much hetero.
It is. And I think that's why, the point of this podcast, I think, is to bring that kind of aspect out. And I feel like if you compare it to things like Star Wars, Star Trek, Marvel, those things have existed for decades before Harry Potter came out. So Harry Potter had an opportunity to be of its generation, and it was just a few years behind that trend where the world, speaking very generally, kind of came to terms with an LGBT push for rights.
Yes, and again, that's not what I mean. Mm-hmm. X-Men have been a gay medium since the 80s, but they've never been allowed to be gay until 96 or something like that. They had their first gay character, but it was a freaks outsider found family vibe that we loved. Or Buffy, strong female lead taking no shit. Fucking love that. It doesn't, it's stuff that gays will love. It doesn't seem like there's anything particularly in Harry Potter that draws in the gays. What's the gayest part of Harry Potter then? What would like
the gayest part?
Yeah,
it's quite interesting that you say that, because the gayest part of it is probably not even in the books. The fact that you've got a central character who, after the last book came out, the author says in an interview, "Oh, by the way, he was gay the whole time. It just never came up."
Dumbledore,
which was Dumbledore, and people went wild. And one thing, to against her credit, the when she revealed that, it was like some book reading. I forget what it was, but it was some public event, and I remember reading that she had expressed surprise that the crowd had reacted so jubilantly. And I think the next thing she says was, "Oh, if I knew you were going to be that happy, then I would have told you ages ago." And that just sort of shows how out of touch she is with her readers. So maybe the answer to your question is, I'm not sure. I don't really know about the gayness, the big G. But as with any sort of, I guess, there is a sort of an outsider vibe to being a wizard in a way that it's just a different world.
Yeah, but it's just set in a fancy boarding school where everyone's and they're in the most popular house and they win games. It's just so so straight. For me, it's too English for me anyway, but it's about school and how everyone gets on and has friends in school. What?
Oh, there's enemies as well.
Ugh.
It works on in
like,
school.
Popular and they win shares. Like, that is
But it's a
not
magical
relatable.
school.
Ugh, that is
with
not
mystical
relatable.
creatures.
Not relatable content. It's so fucking English.
It's funny you say that because obviously a lot of Americans attached onto it as well. And I think a lot of the school stuff went way over their heads.
Well, I can imagine it's also the Englishness of it makes it super appealing to people outside the UK because it's so English. Every fucking word they say is ridiculous. Whistle, bustle, fluffum, barum, or thistle, dublik, whatever the fuck they say. It's all so English.
Are you casting a spell on me?
I don't even know. It sounds like small rural towns in Suffolk. Everything they say, it just sounds like ridiculous. Which I get is part of the appeal, but that's why I don't like it.
I mean, the thing is, there's a generation of people who literally grew up with, like, the books, and was part of their, like, they were going through similar things that Harry went through, and a good number of those people are LGBT, and it's like, they're gonna find ways to connect with him, and so there are ways that you can do that, but it's not really overt in the text. And on one side you can say, like, listen, it's a kid's book, there shouldn't be, sex in it, and there isn't.
None of us said anything about sex, mate.
Right.
Just because it's gay doesn't mean it needs to be about
exactly
sex.
So that was what I was going to say, like, just because it's a children's book doesn't mean you can't make a reference to, two dads, or for example, or heaven forbid, two moms.
I am trying to find anything
gay
about it. Any kind of gay fandom or gay shipping. Harry and Draco?
No.
Like, there's a couple of things a couple of Tumblr posts.
I'll tell you.
I'm worried that might be porn, so I'm not going to look at that.
I'll tell you the most popular ship, which has got me thinking. So you said you've seen film 3, the one about the werewolf.
I mean, 20
and
years
film
ago.
5. So the characters of Remus Lupin, the werewolf, and Sirius Black, Gary Oldman. David Thewlis and Gary Oldman. No?
What?
The actors, anyway.
Yeah, I know Gary Oldman. Gary Oldman's wonderful. Yeah. I can see he was and he was in like a newspaper bit. Yeah. Something like that. Okay.
So in that film, there's a werewolf that is like terrorizing the town. Turns out it's Remus Lupin, 2 of the 3 best friends of Harry Potter's dad.
Sure.
So those 2, plus Harry Potter's dad, plus a 4th person who they're looking for, was like Harry Potter's dad's generation of, like, Mean Girls, I suppose. But not Mean Girls, but it's, I guess, like, the cliquey bit.
Yeah.
And the way that Lupin and Sirius Black act towards each other heavily implied. Like, if you're... Like, I didn't notice it when I was reading it. But, of course, I probably wasn't sort of super out back at the time anyway. But it heavily implies that there's something going on romantically between those two. Like... The way they talk to each other, the way they look at each other, the fact that they move in together while they're both kind of in hiding, the fact that they give Harry a joint Christmas present, it's like these kind of hints. And then at the end towards the end of book 5, when Sirius Black dies, like the grief that Lupin goes through, it appealed apparently. Of course, again, I wasn't there. I guess I was like slightly too old, but people who are LGBT connected with that.
I guess that's something, right?
That's pretty much it, though. That's about it. And then the fact that he ends up with a different woman, in like the next book.
It just sounds like a kick in the nuts.
It was a total kick in the nuts.
Well,
and then she continues to kick people in the nuts with her, current views, and
so it like
the more she goes on about expanding her own her fantasy world.
We know she's a TERF. So is she homophobic?
I don't think she's homophobic. I've not met her, so I couldn't speak with any authority. But
you're allowed to have your opinion.
Obviously, I mean, there's no debate that she's a TERF. Like, that's very clear, and she's doubled down on that.
She really has like dug her fucking heels in.
And it's bizarre. And it's bizarre how many people I speak to who are in the LGBT community don't think that, and it's like, who am I to say? Who am I to talk about it? Because I'm not trans, but like I kind of view
Yeah,
trans rights the way that I think straight people view gay rights. Whereas in J.K. Rowling's included in this, where if you're not part of that community, you don't realize there's a problem, that there's an issue.
I mean, we're both white, but if she was racist, we could still hate her for that.
Of course.
And we could call her out on that. We could identify when she's being racist. And
yes.
I don't even think we need to try that hard to identify that she's a TERF, so...
No, and we can hate her for that, and that's totally fine.
I'm just wondering if that's why maybe it kind of affected, and why it's not got any kind of fun queerness in it, because she's so not a part of that community, or not connected...
That's fair.
To the community at all. I don't know her. I don't know anything about her. Clearly, I don't remember the films very well. I'm just wondering, because on our list of questions is like, why does Harry Potter appeal to the LGBT community? And I'm not sure it does. I don't know how to answer that question.
Well, I mean, if it didn't, then why would there be such an outrage for her comments?
Straight people can hate TERFs as well.
True.
It's not just us lot that don't like her point of view.
Do you have any friends who are like struggling with the wanting to be a part of that universe and continue buying merchandise, but also don't like her views? And how do they rectify that in their heads?
No, like I only knew a few people who liked the Harry Potter. Oh yeah, like my housemate, she loved the Harry Potter stuff, and we watched the reunion thing when it was on Sky. They did a reunion thing, which was lovely because she wasn't involved in it.
Yeah.
They had all the cast and the directors come back, and it was really well done. It was really lovely and sentimental, and they had like 2 clips of her talking in like 2016, and it says filmed in 2016, just to have bits.
Oh.
She was not on set, she was not whatever, to really distance themselves from her. But obviously it's not stopping it, because those fucking beast shit films keep coming out. She wrote them too, and they keep trolling that shit out, so people do still buy it. They just feel uncomfortable doing it, but they still do it.
Yeah.
They're not going to boycott it, which...
There's a difficult sort of line to cross, because obviously... If you okay, my viewpoint
say it
is that if you buy anything that's related to Harry Potter, you are giving her some money.
Yep.
And I won't do that, and I don't think you should either.
I certainly won't. But
well,
you're saying the listener shouldn't.
The listener shouldn't either. But I can't control what you do. But you have to realize that you are helping her, and the fact is, she is benefiting from your purchase in some way. And meanwhile, she is giving voice to these hateful viewpoints. And giving them life by breathing them.
If it had been one random comment or something that she said, and people were like, "Oh, that's gross," and that was it. I don't even know, does she do a lot of good? She gives it, like, she pays her taxes, and I remember thinking that's really good of her because she became a billionaire, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But didn't put all of her money in offshore bank accounts like all the rest of the corrupt people do. She kept it in the UK. She's like, I lived on benefits.
Yeah.
Me and my child would not have survived without the welfare system, so I'm going to fucking pay my taxes because I'm a billionaire. I don't need this money. Yeah. So I remember thinking that was really admirable. So she's not a terrible person, but she has a terrible point of view that if it had been one comment, it would have been like, ugh, that's a shame. But she has fucking doubled down on it and just keeps going on about it. Yeah. So it's not something that a random thought she had one day and tweeted, whoops. It's something she wants to fight about.
Yeah.
So, which is sad, because if it is something that anyone's enjoyed, whether they're part of the community or not, it's like, that's just shat all over that.
Totally. And that's including the Remus Lupin and Sirius Black thing when they thought they were together, and then it's... And also I found out that the play that she co-wrote, the Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, also very strongly implied that the 2 young boys in that play, which are Harry Potter's son and Draco Malfoy's son, have a bit of a thing together, and it kind of is built up to be a sort of a love story where they're actually jealous of other relationships that they see, and they're like hugging each other all the time, and they just like they miss each other when they're not there, And at the very end, it's just offhandedly says that they both, got a girlfriend now. And that's a big kick in the balls, metaphorically
massive
as well.
kick in the balls.
And it's like, why does she keep doing this?
Why do you keep doing this?
But what you said about her is like, I couldn't have said it better, because she's not a horrible person. It's just that she's saying this horrible thing about this marginalized minority, and can't stand for that. So, but
I mean, I didn't like it anyway.
so
I'm no great loss for me. Is these Fantastic Beasts? Did you watch any of those ones?
I almost watched the first one, and that's as close as I got. Because because I never was wrapped up in that world, I didn't care that much, and I kind of missed the message for it.
Yeah.
And considering that that's set in the past, so it kind of acts as prequels, and you have a young Dumbledore. That's
what I was like. Did they do anything with that? But it was Jude Law, and he's a piece of shit anyway, so he wasn't going to play gay.
I don't know how he does it, but I've not seen them all. Do we hate Jude Law as well?
I just don't like him. I think he's a terrible actor, and he's a horrible person.
Okay.
Yeah, just because he was a piece of shit to every woman he's been in a relationship with.
No.
He's a piece of shit to all his fans. He's an arrogant cunt, and he's a terrible actor. In my humble opinion, yay you if you love Jude. I can't imagine anyone still does, but and I can't imagine he would have played gay. If he did, I'm pretty damn sure we would have heard about it. So
yeah.
There's her saying, like, oh yeah, he's gay. He's been gay the whole time. I would have told you sooner, but he doesn't. He's not.
He's not.
He doesn't represent. He doesn't play gay. He doesn't portray or represent gay people at all. If he's in all these, was he in all of them? Fantastic Beasts?
No, I don't think he was in the first one.
Just the first one.
I don't think he was in the first one.
You don't think he was in? He wore a waistcoat or something. I've seen the photos of how he went from like waistcoat Dumbledore to wizard with the spooky hat Dumbledore.
Are there
in like
3 of them
5
now?
years. I don't fucking know. We're not the best people to do this topic.
We're not.
We should have just got drunk.
You should give me more warning next time if you want to do another drunk rant. You just have to tell me ahead of time.
We can't do them all.
Yeah, I know.
Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore. Is there only 2? Oh no, and the crimes. Go.
Okay, so there are 3.
There's 3, and I'm assuming he's in The Secrets of Dumbledore because that's kind of his.
Is he?
Thing 47 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Percent. Which one was that? The last one.
Secrets of Dumbledore. Yeah.
I don't even know if that's the last one.
Yeah, I think so.
The Crimes of Grindelwald. It's like, now you're just preaching to the choir. Like, if you don't know what this is already, then you're not going to be drawn in by that title.
He must not have played gay.
I didn't even think about
Dumbledore.
the fact he's a straight actor playing a gay character.
Well, that's problematic in itself, but the fact that this is a now very publicly, canonically gay character. The author has said, he is gay. I would have told you sooner. And when they released her new prequel, then made a film about it, he's not. It's like, which fucking is it? You're cashing in on saying he's gay and then not.
No, I think he definitely is, because she's mentioned it. And that's
but did he play it in the film?
I don't know.
Did he have a boyfriend in the films?
Well, his boyfriend is meant to be... He had a relationship with Grindelwald. That was the whole point of, this relationship, I suppose. But the fact that we call it canon just because she says it, like she has
She's
control.
the fucking author. She then wrote the prequel books.
There aren't prequel books.
Well, these are prequel books. Are they not
Films.
books?
I don't think they're books.
Oh, she wrote the prequel screenplay.
There's one book that was meant to be like an add-on. It was like a fun picture book or something like that. And
she wrote the screenplay for this, though, didn't she?
I think she co-wrote it. Yeah, she definitely had a hand in like the story.
Director David Yates previously said that Dumbledore's sexuality wouldn't be overtly addressed in the latest movies.
Wow.
Why?
I don't know. Don't ask me.
That's why gays don't like your fucking franchise, bitch. This film is not about his homosexuality, nor does his sexuality define him. Fuck you! That is the straightest fucking response to a straight man playing a gay character who doesn't even represent the... Fuck you, Jude Law!
Is that a quote from him?
That is Jude Law saying that. But the romantic relationship between Dumbledore and Grindelwald is a defining element of who he is and what he's about.
That's like...
I mean,
that's
I
two
didn't watch the
different things.
film, so I can't say that. But that kind of bullshit. It's like, oh, it's not all about his homosexuality. It's like, well, clearly it's none of it because you didn't represent any of it, you fucking cunt.
Gosh, I'm glad we didn't get drunk.
Oh, I hate him and I hate this franchise, so I wasn't going to go very far with this. How much have I done? I don't know what else.
You're like so done with this, aren't you?
I don't know what else to talk about. Well, let me see if I can find these Harry Potter pickup lines.
Oh yeah, do that.
And then we'll do...
And then you'll have, like, read some Harry Potter lines and then tell me to explain them or something. Because you're like, I don't get this.
There were some really good ones, and I can't remember where I found them.
I did see Daniel Radcliffe's penis, though.
In Equus?
Yeah, I saw Equus.
Look at everyone's in Equus and wants to get their dick out. Blah, blah, blah. Benedict Cumberbatch has done it as well.
What? He was in that show as well?
Yeah.
Not that one.
Because he was the naked one. Because it's a naked play.
Oh, you mean like when he did...
Oh, I'm an actor. I'm going to get my dick out and it's art. How dare you, reduce it to sexuality. It's art. Shut up.
God,
you pretentious wank stain.
You're really crabby today.
Yes, I am. I can't find my... It was really funny. I should have saved it. Where's it in my history? Is there anything else about Harry Potter you think's important that we talk about? As the expert?
The expert between the two of us.
Yeah.
What else can we say? Have you ever had those jelly beans that are like barf flavored jelly beans?
Barf flavored jelly beans?
Yeah, so they made jelly beans that were like sort of similar to jelly bellies, which are like very distinct flavors, but they made two different flavors, but they looked exactly the same. So like the same color was in them, and you couldn't tell if it was like popcorn or barf or whatever it was. It was always a gamble. Like coffee or mud, and it literally tasted like mud. Like whatever magic they have that make those.
Is this a metaphor for Harry Potter as a piece of fiction? It's like
no,
it's the barf. Or is this a Harry Potter?
No, it's literally a product that they made.
Oh, okay.
It's like referenced in the books, and they like made it into a thing.
Oh, that's gross. Okay.
Watermelon or snot?
I could make you scream louder than a mandrake?
Okay, yeah. That's a reference to mandrakes. So in
what's a mandrake?
Herbology class, a mandrake, which I think is... Oh, here we go. I think it's like a real root.
Mandrake, well, mandrake root. I've heard of that in Charmed. Now that is queer. That's fucking great.
Totally queer.
Should have talked about Charmed instead. Could have gone on for ages about Charmed.
I don't know if mandrake is like actually a real life thing or if it's just a...
I think so.
It's just so common in
witch and wizard
worlds,
fiction.
Yeah.
What?
But when you pull it out of the pot, you have to be wearing like headphones, like earmuff type protectors, because you will pass out if you hear a mandrake scream.
Okay. One night with me, and they'll be calling you Moaning Myrtle.
That's dumb. So Moaning Myrtle's just a character that like haunts the boys' bathroom, but not bathroom. It's like the sort of like a loungy spa type room, which makes me think.
Common room?
No, it's like you have. It's like a sauna type spa.
See, that's
like a Turkish bath kind of room.
Gay.
That's gay. Yeah,
that's gay. Okay. Did you put Skelegro in my drink? Because I can feel a bone growing.
This is dumb. Also dumb. Skelegro is used by Madame Pomfrey, I think, who's like the nurse of the school when Harry and multiple other characters break their bones. You can drink Skelegro. It tastes really dry, but it helps you grow your bones back.
Oh god, this one has a spell in it. Did you say Petrificus totalis? Because you've made me stiff.
Dumb.
They're all... Just a heads up. They're all dumb. I'm
waiting for like a clever one, but Petrificus totalis is just a spell that makes you freeze, like you stop moving. Hermione cast it on, I think, Neville in like book 1.
I might not be a Dementor, but I can still suck good.
Okay, that's kind of funny. Dementors are the one from
the
big floaty ghosts.
They look like Lord of the Rings guys.
And you sort of get them away by saying Patronus, Expecto Patronum, or whatever it is. And your Patronus, which is like your protector animal
That's cool.
shoots out. Do you remember the Patronuses from...
No.
So Harry's is a stag.
Okay.
Like, Ron's is a weasel or something, I don't know.
Shocking. What inventive, Weasley.
No, who's the weasel? No, Ron's is a dog. Which I think is never in the film, but like, again, because it's canon, because she mentioned it like later, Ron's is a dog.
Oh, this one's dumb. I'd let you handle my wand any day. That's garbage.
That's not even Harry Potter. He didn't even try.
You didn't even try. Oh, this is... I don't like this one because this is a reference to slavery. Baby, are you a house elf? Because I want to give you all of my clothes. That's awful.
If you give a house elf who are... There's a kind of a weird subplot about house elves being liberated from slavery. But if you own a house elf, you can free it by giving it a piece of clothing. And Harry tricks Malfoy's dad, Lucius Malfoy, into giving Dobby the house elf a sock. And he's now... So basically stole... Well, I mean, it's slavery, but it basically like deprived the Malfoys of a slave, of a house elf butler.
But then he dies, right?
In like book 7.
Dobby.
So this is book 2. He dies in book 7. For Harry.
Are you
sure?
Harry. Oh God. Are you sure you're a Muggle? Because that ass is magical. That's
dumb.
That's dumb.
You know what Muggles are?
Humans. My name may not be Luna. But I sure know how to love good. That's why I was like trying to use that in the...
Okay, I can see like a Harry Potter fan liking that line.
This one just says, I bet you're a howler.
Kind of dumb, but also a reference to a piece of mail that you can send, which only appears once in the entire series. It's in book 1 where Ron's mom sends him a howler for like doing something naughty, like stealing the car or something, and it's like literally like screams at him when it appears in the post. The end.
Platform 9 3/4 isn't the only thing that's 9 3/4.
Grown.
My dick. Was his dick big?
What?
Was Harry Potter's dick big?
Oh, I wasn't like... First of all, it wasn't Harry Potter's dick. It was Daniel Radcliffe's dick. He's an actor doing it for art. Thank you very much. It's a, play that has
Equus
moments. I don't know. I didn't really see it. I was like up in the rafters. I didn't take a good look. I didn't bring my binoculars.
Shame. Going to bed. Mind if I slither in? Kind of use that one.
Punny. Yep.
I'm not Neville, but I long for your bottom.
Yeah.
Again, you see where I got my intro ideas from.
Yep.
Because I don't know. I'd love to show you how I swish and flick, if you know what I mean.
Just techniques and casting your wand. Another Hermione thing where it was like, it's Leviosa, not Leviosa.
God, it makes me want to die. I'd like to get my basilisk into your chamber of secrets. Again, all of these are really straight. Like, none of them are particular.
I thought you were going to make a joke about my chamber of secrets, because I think this is, like, clever.
It's not really... It's such a straight thing. Ugh.
It's more of a hallway than a chamber.
Oh, hot dog down a hallway at this point, yeah. Well... Shall we do a reluctant smash or pass?
Hold on, before we do that, I think we should talk about the future of this franchise.
Oh, is there more?
No.
Okay, good. There we are.
Not that I'm aware of. But I'm thinking of, what... The fact is, these people who grew up, quote-unquote, with Harry Potter, it's like they're in their 20s now? 20s, 30s?
Oh, they were 30s? Yeah.
And, sooner or later, this universe is going to outlive the author. And, when people talk about... yes, she wrote it. She wrote, and she has authority to dictate what happens in her universe. But also there's an argument where some people will say that when you write a work, it's not up to the author to dictate how the reader interprets it. Yeah.
I mean,
so that's a debate.
If you go back further, like all the other ones that we love adaptations of, I mean, I don't know about Lord of the Rings. I imagine he was religious and homophobic, but Lion, Witch and the Wardrobe is just massive Christian stuff. All the old stuff.
Yeah.
is, I'm sure, like, there was no word for TERF because trans people weren't allowed to exist. So I'm sure a lot of stuff has homophobic stuff. The difference being the very, very famous public face of this franchise is on Twitter and won't shut up.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, all these other people, it turns out he was a massive racist and, you know, smacked his wife in the face all the time. It's like, well, he's dead.
He's dead now.
And we didn't see that. We weren't here firsthand to experience it. Maybe we can pretend that's not true. And money isn't going to him.
Exactly.
But it is going straight to her, so she has more time to rant about these things. So maybe when she's dead, people will be able to forget about it. But I don't think it'll last that long because... I don't know.
Maybe.
Well, like, so my nephew's reading it, or he's read them all now, and he's, 8? And he loves it because it's a kid's book. It's magic and shit. Like, great, it's a kid's book.
Yeah.
It doesn't really... I can't imagine it will carry on and he'll love it when he's 30 years old. It's like, that was a kid's book. And like Dr. Seuss, but I don't still rave about it. Although he was probably racist. He was horrible, wasn't he? I'm sure he was a wife beater.
You're just so ready to find something.
I'm sure he was. Hey Siri, was Dr. Seuss a wife beater?
Oh God. But
I found this on the web for what is Dr. Seuss a wife beater.
Did you actually find something?
Yeah, well, it's because people are terrible, and if you give them money and fame, they will be their worst selves.
People are terrible, but the people who aren't alive are not around to defend themselves. So it's
but if he beat his wife, he beat his wife.
Okay, does that mean we stop buying Dr. Seuss books?
Yeah, probably.
I mean...
It taints it, though, doesn't it? It's like, happy-go-lucky, fish, cat in a hat, poof. Like, it's not fun and sweet and innocent if you know he was an awful piece of shit.
I mean, I still hear...
And that's not my fault. Don't take it out on me for, like, bringing it up. It's like, oh, you're ruining it. It's like, no, I'm pretty sure he ruined it. I'm going to make sure he did beat his wife first, so... you can cut this out if he didn't, actually.
But then I'm starting to hear Michael Jackson songs on the radio again.
I know.
Like, some period of time went by where suddenly we're okay with it now? I don't know.
True. Like, I've not been able to listen to it properly since that documentary came out. But if it's on, I won't be like, turn it off because it's a song on the radio. It's not like investing in it.
Yeah.
It's more passive than I'm going to buy a book and immerse myself in this transphobe's words. I don't know. Obviously, everyone will do what they want and interpret however they want and find joy however they want. But I don't think it will survive.
Yeah. Well, whatever happens is different from J.K. Rowling's situation because she is still around and still reaping the benefits of this fame.
Okay, no, his wife committed suicide, so I'm really sorry. Okay, so
I was going to say I don't remember that or anything, but I'm often wrong.
It was a hypothetical. Let's say it turns out he was a wife beater.
I mean, Tolstoy beat his wife, didn't he? And
Who?
Tolstoy, author, Leo Tolstoy. War and Peace.
Pass.
Oh,
yeah, exactly. Well, all of them. Yeah, and pretty much anyone in the olden days was probably a horrible piece of shit.
But the thing is, like, because, they're all horrible, but we can still appreciate the works that they've done for themselves. But we can't do that nowadays because...
True, but I would also argue it's for the old ones. It's like, we can appreciate their work, their classics. Like, are they, or are they just the ones that you keep reading to me? Like, were they awesome, or is it just a long fucking piece of writing?
I'm sure there were other books around at the time, but they're not around because they weren't, as good.
It didn't hit it. I don't think we need to keep going on about War and Peace or whatever like that.
No, but I'm trying to draw parallels to...
No, I mean, like, we don't need to keep reading it. I think we're fine.
Oh, I see.
If they're...
I've not read it, I must admit. Not that kind of geek.
Call in if you think War and Peace is gay. Is War and Peace gay?
Could you imagine? I doubt it.
Oh my god, it'd be good if we actually got something gay from this podcast.
But did you know that, speaking of old books...
Who else is gay?
There's an atheist in The Brothers Karamazov by Chekhov. I think by Chekhov. Ooh, I'm getting my history wrong.
I mean...
Yeah, there's 4 brothers, and one of them is just like, there's no God. And probably gay as well, but...
Well done.
I mean, when there's 4 brothers, there's one of them's probably gay.
Was he the youngest? Because then he was gay.
I think so.
Yeah, then he's super gay.
Super duper gay.
Gay and atheist. I will have to find out if Dr. Seuss was a wife beater.
Do it later. Let's do
special. I will, yes, I will. Do you want to do special pass?
We can't not do it.
Ugh.
All right, Nick.
A reluctant smash or pass. Harry Potter edition.
Harry Potter. So I want characters because I'm not going to reference the
Okay.
actors.
I'm just
Obviously-
going in the list that they do it, so it's not starting with Hermione Granger.
Hermione. I think I'll pass on Hermione.
Pass. You're annoying as fuck. It's going to be a lot of that from me. Sorry.
That's fine.
I'm
You're
really killing the
allowed. You're
mood.
allowed your opinion.
Harry Potter.
I probably would smash it.
Smash. Yeah, I think he's the only one I would. Oh, no, that's not true. There's others in this. Lord Voldemort.
Ugh. Pass.
Pass.
Too much
Absolutely
too much
not.
baggage.
He's ridiculous. Professor Albus Dumbledore.
Well, it's an old man. I don't know. Old or young? Jude Law or Michael
Character.
Gambon?
The character.
As a character,
The character.
if I'm in the mood for like a nice, gentle, summery evening smash, I'll go for it. He seems like a gentle soul. When he's younger, though, sure. So overall, smash. I'll do.
Pass. Ew.
Why
To
not?
all of that.
The greatest wizard in the world.
I'd rather smash the old one than Jude Law.
Fine.
But I shan't smash either of them. Draco Malfoy.
Ugh, it's a bit weedy. Although he's grown, he's glowed up a little bit, but I still pass.
I'm going to smash because he's got bleach blonde hair, and that's usually what gays do when they're like going through a mental crisis. And I find that hot.
I did that like 2
Smash.
years ago.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure that's when we reconnected because I was like, yeah.
Yay! Wait, did you do that as well?
No, honey, I did that when I was 14. Like, we got over that.
Oh, I did that too. Were you a buzz cut lockdown gay, or were you a bleach hair lockdown gay? You're a buzz cut lockdown gay.
I didn't buzz cut, but yes, I had to cut my own hair.
Oh, you're one of those.
Yeah, it was not pretty.
Other team.
I wasn't gonna, I've done bleach enough. Never again.
I will do it again.
No, I loved it. So many people were like, emotional damage. That's hot. Oh, I love it. Really nice, obvious signifier. Severus Snape.
Smash.
Okay.
He's got that. He's got that dark and broody down.
Okay. Ron Weasley.
See, pass.
Yeah, pass. No thanks. Gellert Grindelwald.
So he's not in the films. I've not seen the films where he is in, but from an overall vibe, I'm going to pass. Just a bit sort of wicked and not in a fun way.
Okay. Luna Lovegood.
Oh, she's cute. Pass.
Pass. Hagrid.
Love a good bear. Pass.
Pass. Dobby.
Dobby. He's not human. You like that. You like non-humans.
I like sexy aliens. I don't like elf slaves.
Slaves. Pass.
Pass. I've got Newt Scamander.
Newt Scamander. So that's Eddie Redmayne
Yeah.
in the films.
He's hot. I'd smash
he's
Eddie.
cute. Yeah,
Yeah, that'll do.
I'll go for it. Fine, smash.
Professor Minerva McGonagall.
So that's Maggie Smith.
Yeah, smash.
No, I don't think I would. It's just,
Okay.
I mean, I'd break her.
Yeah, you probably would. Bellatrix Lestrange.
Ooh, she's wicked in a fun way.
Oh,
I'll smash
that's Helena, right?
Yes.
Love Helena. Smash! I love Helena. She's great. Mr. Neville Longbottom.
Well, good question. Smash.
Smash! That's the answer.
If you know, you know.
Yes. Sirius Black?
A smash, yeah.
Yeah, I would smash too. Yeah. Nagini?
Nagini.
Yeah.
So that's a character from the newer films. I don't know her.
Pass.
Yeah, pass. Well, actually, no. I think I've seen a photo and she looks quite sexy, actually.
Probably.
But I'd consider it. I'll lean towards smash. But she does get turned into a snake at some point, so that's
Cool.
a bit awkward.
Remus Lupin?
Lupin is the werewolf. Again, canonically marries Nymphadora Tonks, who, by the way, is a shapechanger, so maybe there's still, you know,
Some nice
we've
sexuality.
talked about Mystique before. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Smash, yeah.
Okay. I don't know.
Did you know as well that, like, I mean, again, after all the books came out, she came out and said that the whole werewolf disease was a metaphor for HIV. Also, Yeah, also another reason to say fuck you, but also like,
Oh my fucking god.
how could that not be a gay relationship? And she just didn't. Anyway, she's dropping the ball so many times. I like her less now because of our conversation.
Ginny Weasley.
Pass.
Fleur de la Claire.
Oh, she's gorgeous. I might smash her just, like stopping to smell the roses.
Oh, she looks like she's in... Is she from, like... Call the Midwife or something?
Oh, I couldn't tell you.
Oh, no, she's not. I don't know what she is. I'm bored now. Dolores Umbridge.
Ugh. I might smash her just so I could break her.
Okay.
But no. I mean, love the actress, but I would not smash.
Peter Pettigrew.
That's the fourth friend of Harry Potter's dad, and I would pass because he turns into a rat.
He looks like one. Lucius Malfoy.
Lucius. Good old Jason Isaacs.
Yeah. Smash.
I might smash it just for funsies.
I didn't care for his character in Discovery.
Oh, I forgot he was in there, yeah.
But no, absolutely, yes. Okay. Like, the Sorting Hat.
What? What? No, I mean, not applicable. I'm going to say.
No.
Does not apply.
Nymphadora Tonks.
Oh, bless her. Smash.
Lily Potter?
No, I don't remember much about her. I mean, she's... Pass.
Albus Severus Potter?
So that's the kid from the stage play.
Oh, Albus and Severus. The two.
So yeah, that's what he names his kid, yeah.
Dean Thomas. This is the guy from How to Get Away with Murder, right?
Dean Thomas is like the token black kid, isn't he? From the...
He's fucking hot.
Oh, I think...
He's How to Get Away with Murder now, isn't he?
I don't know.
Oh, you would smash, trust me.
Okay. I've smashed then.
Trust me.
I am
Hedwig.
The owl.
Owl. Child. Moaning
These are.
Myrtle.
I mean, these are school children.
Yeah, but they're like at the end of the films. They're like grown up, grown ups, right? So we could just do.
And also, I think we're sort of putting ourselves in the mindset of being at school as well. So
sure. Got a load of Weasleys.
Pass. They're all ginger.
I'm sorry. What? What?
You pull it off because you've got like the great facial hair, but that's about it.
Oh, I love a ginger. Oh my god.
I love a ginger who can pull it off well, but none of them do.
There's
not even the twins.
Hot is hot, and if you're a hot ginger, you're hot. If you're not, then whatever.
Then you're not.
Sybil Trelawney.
Good old Emma Thompson in film 3, maybe? I don't know. She's fun, but no, she's crazy. And not in a fun way. Pass.
Like, there are so many more of these. Do we give a shit?
No. I mean, if you've gone to Sybil Trelawney...
Because, like, there's definitely a couple of hot people who I know were in it. Like, Freddie Stromer was in it, and Robert Pattinson was in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Cedric Diggory.
Smash them, but they're not on this list. So can I just smash them, please?
Yeah.
Because Freddie, I'm sure Freddie Stromer was in it. And
who's Freddie Stromer? I think you remember you talking
Freddie Stromer, Harry Potter. It doesn't tell me. Cormac McLagan.
Oh.
Oh.
No idea. I think he's barely in it.
Ow.
Oh. Yeah. What show is he in now that you like him so much?
Peacemaker is the one I just saw him in.
Oh, the one with John Cena.
With what?
John Cena.
I mean, we could have talked about that. We would have had more gay stuff to talk about.
Really?
Okay, I'm bored now.
You're gonna end on this is Freddie Stromer.
That's like
we're ending on
wishful thinking with Freddie Stromer.
Cedric Diggory.
Is that Robert Pattinson?
Yes.
I mean, yeah, sure. I would much prefer Freddie Stromer. But, you know, each their own.
There you go.
So
What else have...
that was, I mean, I knew it would be difficult because I don't like it. And I don't know anything about it. But it does just seem it's just not a gay geek franchise.
I'm surprised that But I mean, you hit the nail on the head. Like, it just clearly isn't very gay. And I thought we could
queer, there's no...
lament about its lack of gayness and how she's missed an opportunity, but we did mention that, and it just came across as like... I don't know, however it come across, but like...
Yeah, I did my rant about Jude Law. It's always Jude Law. But you know what? People love it. It's out there. It's whatever. It's done.
It's done.
We've covered it now.
We can choose to never talk about it again.
I'm really hoping they don't do more films. I really hope this is the end of it, but who knows?
They've done a trilogy. I hope that...
If she wants to keep making money.
She's got other ways to do it.
The whole point of the podcast was to learn about different geekdoms, wasn't it? It's like the ones that we're not familiar with, and kind of dip our toe in it, learn about it, see if we want to learn more. This is one of those franchises I do not want to.
Fine.
I do not want to.
It's just not... You're right, though. It's just not gay.
It's not something I'm interested in, but we've covered it.
We've covered it, and I kind of hope that she doesn't do anything more with it, because I don't know where else she can go. Like, there's been 3 films, and... I mean, apart from the... Like, now that there's 3 prequel films, or whatever it's called... Like, I don't know where else she's going to go with it. Like, they tried to make there's like a Harry Potter Lego video game. There's a Harry Potter Wizarding World app I think it's an app that's trying to get people excited about it. But obviously, it's just tainted by her bigotry.
It stopped it from being anything more than a children's book now.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of the other geeky franchises, even like cartoons and things that were geared towards kids, still resonate with us as we're in our 30s and 40s. Whereas this just... I'm sure it does with some straight people, but it just doesn't.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Carry on.
If you think about things that have been around for decades and decades, like Star Wars, Star Trek, Marvel, it's like they weren't always super gay, but they've learned to grow and evolve, and now they're really inclusive. And this is... I mean, even the prequel trilogy, there's not a lot of gay in the prequel trilogy. Not a lot of diversity.
At all. Any of it. It's not even just...
There's like 1 black character and like 1 Asian, I think.
And what's the name of the Asian characters?
Nagini.
Wasn't there like a really racist name of some of the...
Oh, you're thinking of Cho Chang.
Yeah. So it's never going to evolve to be inclusive if you can't even name an Asian character as something other than Chang. Like,
I don't know.
She has no genuine desire to be more inclusive of anything, so it's not going to evolve.
Moral of the story:
you don't have to love all geek franchises.
No, I mean the moral of the story for her, like the cautionary tale for her, is not be an asshole to your fans and
get a media team that tells you and deactivates your fucking Twitter. Proofs your tweets. Why don't celebrities know this? Like, they have PR teams. So, if you do like... No, like, if you do like Harry Potter, and if you are queer, and if you found something in it that speaks to you as a queer person, or you relate to it, or you do queer cosplay, Harry Potter cosplay, anything like that...
And you're still listening.
And you made it this far despite my sober rant. Thank God we didn't have one beforehand. I would love to hear about it. I don't have many followers, but I am on Twitter at Nick Baker Geek.
If you want to get in touch with me, you can pop me a line at Instagram is the best way to do it, at John Marks, JONMARX. Come say hi.
As always, thank you for listening. We're trying our best. We're trying to learn. We're not complete geeks,
but we're working on it.
Thanks. Bye.